Check out this video to learn about key strategies to teach students to help them learn to make sense of math problems they find during homework and in other areas. These problem-solving strategies will strengthen academic performance. Welcome to another Consult for Kids 7-minute module. This is Solving Word Problems, Math, with me, Jessica Rupp. During this module, we will look at 5 different strategies that you can use independently of one another to help kids complete math word problems proficiently. These are the strategies that we will discuss. 1. The overall strategy. Understand, plan, act. 2. Creating a number sentence. 3. Drawing a picture. 4. Deciphering between needed and unneeded information. And 5. Finding and using keywords. The overall strategy for solving word problems is foundational for all other strategies used. When students know and comprehend the understand, plan, act model, they can use this for each of the other strategies. Students begin by reading the problem. Some students may need to read the problem out loud or read it several times before they can move on. Once the problem has been read, the first step, understand, will help to determine the goal or needed end result. During the understand step, students will ask themselves, what do I need to know? Plan. During this step, students will ask, what can I do to solve the problem? They can use one of the strategies we will be talking about shortly to answer this question. And finally, act. This step is when students solve the problem with the strategy they have chosen. You will see understand, plan, act used with each of the other strategies we will be covering. It is important that students are taught how to use understand, plan, act before being let loose to use it without whole group instruction and practice. It would also be a good idea to create a poster to hang with the question prompts so that students can refer to it regularly. Next, let's look at the strategy of creating a number sentence from the word problem. The number sentence is the classic way that math problems are written and the way that most children practice math. For example, 3 plus 3 equals 6. For the rest of the strategies, I will begin by reading you a rather simple math word problem. I will then take you through the understand, plan, act process using the current planning strategy. So, let's begin. Mary has 15 erasers. She has been asked to give each of her 3 classmates an equal number of erasers. How many will each child have if Mary completes this task correctly? Let's start with understand. What do you need to know? You know that there are 15 erasers. You know that they need to be in 3 equal groups. You need to know how many erasers each child will have. Next, plan. What can I do to solve this problem? You can write a number sentence to solve this problem. Changing the word problem into a number sentence is your plan. Now act. Solve this problem. You know that splitting things into groups is dividing. So your number sentence is 15 divided by 3 equals 5. Now you have a more traditional looking math equation. Each child would receive 5 erasers. Next, let's discuss drawing a picture. This strategy is helpful for visual learners. It also helps all students put word problems into context. Let's practice. Alan eats 2 apples every day. How many apples will he eat in 1 week? Let's start with understand. What do you need to know? You know that Alan eats 2 apples each day. You know that there are 7 days in 1 week. You need to know how many apples Alan eats in all. Next, plan. What can I do to solve this problem? You can draw a picture to help you solve this problem. Drawing a picture is your plan. Now act. Solve this problem. Draw 7 squares to represent the 7 days in a week. Draw 2 circles in each square to represent the 2 apples eaten each day. Now count all of the apples. Alan eats 14 apples in 1 week. Next, let's look at deciphering between needed and unneeded information. Sometimes there's information included in a word problem that throws students off. This is where the understand step comes in really handy. There are 4 dogs that live in one doghouse. They each have their own food bowl. On hot days, they like to swim. 2 dogs fit into 1 pool. How many pools do you need? Let's start with understand. What do you need to know? You need to know how many pools to buy. So let's look at the information needed to solve this problem. You know that 2 dogs fit into 1 pool. You know that there are 4 dogs. What you do not need to know is that the dogs live in a doghouse and that they each have their own food bowl. Next, plan. What can I do to solve this problem? Cross out all unneeded information. Finding the needed information is your plan. Now act. Solve this problem. 4 divided by 2 equals 2. You will need to buy 2 pools. And finally, finding and using keywords. There are many words that in and of themselves tell you what operation a student needs to use to solve the problem. For example, difference means subtract and sum means addition. You can find more of these keywords online or in your student's math textbook. Joey has 5 blue marbles and 3 gold marbles. Find the difference between the blue and gold marbles. Let's start with understand. What do you need to know? You know that there are 5 blue and 3 gold marbles. You need to know what the difference is between them. Next, plan. What can I do to solve this problem? You can look to find key words to tell you what to do. Now, act. Solve this problem. Finding the difference means you subtract. 5 minus 3 equals 2. The difference is 2. Sometimes word problems require the use of more than one strategy. Teaching these strategies to kids ahead of time puts tools in their math tool bag. Let's review the strategies we've covered. 1. The overall strategy. Understand, plan, act. 2. Creating a number sentence. 3. Drawing a picture. 4. Deciphering between needed and unneeded information. And 5. Finding and using keywords. Thank you for watching another Consult for Kids 7-minute module, Educational Services for After School. Don't forget to share your best practices with other after-school staff. Just click on the Frontline Staff tab on the Consult for Kids homepage at www.consultforkids.com.